Good morning, brave warriors. There I am. We left off yesterday by, instead of saying goodbye or hi, practicing a basic ho yo to ho to get the body going. And I asked you to do 50 more of those, which I assume you did through the night. To recap, the end of previous day's session was we were riding a horse with a spear in our hand. Today I want to get more into weapons, and we were going repeatedly hoyo to ho. This hand to hold the horse, this hand to kill. I will try to be more organized today, so I made a little list to make sure I don't leave out everything, seeing that I don't see direct feedback and nobody screams at me, stop that, and etc. So to recap, yesterday we got into how do you take care of your good spicy legato with a very simple exercise. Ich liebe mich or ich liebe dich, always making sure that all of the consonants and vowels are flowing in the same direction. The gentle foot exercises, to recap, I showed you that you should be incorporating into everyday life is while you're saying whatever is the vowel, consonant or phrase you want to practice, the ich liebe mich, or just seeing that it is cold out there. We stand upright, we bend the knees, not letting anything protrude. We go up onto our toes, we stretch all of the legs, we bend the knees again, we put the heels down to the floor, we straighten up without protruding in odd directions, we waggle the toes and repeat 20 times. Now, I keep on saying in passing, incorporate this into your daily routine. And this is not a joke. It is very easy. If you repeat some kind of a habit, be it eating only vegetables or whatever, for about 2 weeks, your body and mind should start accepting this is something normal, and it's like breathing. So these exercises that I have suggested and will suggest to you, I made the little list, see, very professional, to suggest how I incorporate them into my everyday. Zum Beispiel, for example, while you are brushing your teeth, you can do your foot exercises or any contractions that will sort out this region of your talent, which you will need for singing and working from while brushing the teeth. For people who don't choke easily, even while brushing your teeth, you can warm up your consonants. Bending at the same time, doing your exercise. Careful with the consonants that go down the throat, you might choke. Don't do these exercises if you live alone. While doing your dishes, even if you have a dishwasher, and while you are putting things in there, and especially the boring chore of taking them out of there, you can be doing your favorite consonants. Today, I want to introduce a very fun triplet exercise that I absolutely love for non-German speakers. The word of the day is JETZT, now, which is a very good word to know. And this exercise should help you to have all of the consonants in the word JETZT in the same direction. It is a very bad habit for singers to spit the last consonant in any word. You do not want the last consonant in every word to be louder than what you sang before. If you are a grown-up singer, you will invest the last consonant, if she is a spitty consonant like a T, into the Zwerchfell, the whole of the body, to keep it flexible. So let us start by waking up the Zwerchfell. regions. Diaphragm is the good English word. I just remembered. Still doing English. So let's do basic. So try to find your core. Some people think like around your navel is the core of action in life. No. Look a bit deeper. Find your hip bones, or the region where they used to be before you started eating the lovely southern cooking. And somewhere in the middle of that, try to place t, 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 not t, t, t. If you see spit flying somewhere, unless you have a very spitty mouth, probably you are not putting the T, which will be good for your legato. T, 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 t. And if you find it boring to stay on the consonant, you go through your whole vowel range. Ta, 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 e, te, 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 te. If you don't feel a bouncing, you're not going there. Te, 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 te. Now to make sure that it keeps bouncing but in one direction, it's better if you can do a smooth knee bend while going to, 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 to. Down as far as your dress or your knees will allow. Hold it, to, oh. Then try to, in the other direction, to, to. Can you feel it? And all the time, keeping the regions that you normally watch TV on, working with you. If they can have the action as well. To. You notice I have a very comfortable dress on today. It's also part of giving tricks of the trade. For me is always to start with the basics, being dressed appropriately. Seeing that is a rehearsal today, big no-no this dress of mine, because it doesn't allow me to move freely. What I do suggest to all traveling singing musicians is what we call in Germany Zwiebeln. To dress yourself like an onion. It's a bit cold today, so please be ready to take off stuff. Outside in Germany, you will freeze your nose hairs to a crisp, and inside you will sometimes think, who turned on the sauna? Practical suggestion for traveling in Germany is not an umbrella. One loses them. It costs a fortune. A hat that will keep the rain off, and when worn at the right angle might say hello. About the hat, careful always of hat hair. When you take it off, tactfully fluff up your hair again like a lady. A hat like this, worn straight over the face, gives you the pumpkin look. Duh, if that's what you're going for, great for you. It's a matter of taste. A more experienced colleague told me, no honey, you are a lady, you wear it at an angle, and the more acute the angle, the more you can express with it. Please play with the angles of your hat that you are using instead of an umbrella while traveling around Germany. If it's a very good hat, it should be one you can sit on, shake, and it will still look good. This hat, by the way, I bought here in Atlanta in the year 2011. She is still traveling with me. Obviously, I bought her on a sale. This is a very good hobby for musicians. You wait until everything in the shop is on sale, and then you go adopt the pieces of clothing that nobody else wants and will make you happy. Because to have a good legato, you can be depressed afterwards, but while you are making music and while you are singing, please find or simulate the positive energy so we can invest it in our legato. So it's all about taking it off and using our weapons. It's cold outside, leather coat, absolutely fabulous. I have a whole selection of these from, let's go to Siberia up to, spring is a little bit fresh. Do go look for the pieces that you can wear for a long time. As I have been moving enough, it's getting warmer. One will hang up one's coats appropriately. Most places have coat racks. So let's get, while we are warming up, this is for you at home. There's no need to rush out and buy all kinds of interesting equipment in the name of, ooh, I have to have this for my singing. I've already spoken at great length, I'm afraid, about wearing gloves today specifically to keep my hands warm, but also please be aware when you are on stage and privately, obviously, as well, your hands communicate for you. If they flap around unnecessarily, the nervosity or I don't know what I want from life, no. Or if you're on stage and they hang there like dead sausages waiting to be eaten by hungry dogs, no. Communicate serious lack of interest in the audience that you want to invite into whatever you are doing. So we will take off one glove, for example, and my first weapon of choice for the day, I had to be educated by my friend what this is. So in case you ever meet one of these, this is called a Spargelheber, something specifically just to lift asparagus with. So why do I have a Spargelheber and asparagus lifter in my hand? It is my daily suggestion. How do you use props while you are at home doing your warm-up, to be aware of the hand? And this can be something to serve food, to choke somebody, to put in your hair as an ornament. Please, this is supposed to stimulate creativity. So we have the wonderful word of the day is JETZT. Now, have you all met a triplet? 3 notes of equal length. Fluffity, fluffity, fluffity. So to get all of the consonants in the word JETZT to go in one line, I find it's a good idea to think it's a triplet. We go very slowly, and because we're still warming up, we're working from left to right today. JETZT, JETZT, JETZT. Breath, and in the other direction. JETZT, 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 JETZT. Die! Big breath in the other direction back. JETZT, JETZT, JETZT. There are some asparagus. And about the German consonants. Now, I'm really trying to convince you that after you've listened to me going on about them at great length, you will also agree with me that all German consonants have a taste. Once you know where to taste them in your mouth, you will never forget the sensation. So let's go hardcore. My hardcore word of the day is SELBSTSUCHT. SELBSTSUCHT, which in good English is selfishness. Now, the reason, more slowly, the reason I think the word SELBSTSUCHT is good for warming up your consonants and body for the day is that it has the 2 different S sounds, which you don't just need for German. Many languages need them, even English. We have one Z at the beginning, an S that is pronounced as a Z, as we say in American. So we can take the word apart completely. Let's start by finding the Z. Z. So find your favorite note of a cold voice like singing, obviously while doing your gentle body bounces. So first hook in the z, if you have it, you should be able to produce a clean tone on the consonant, not at all. And as soon as you bite something or clamp something in your jaws, it will sound like a dying bee, which will not be good for your legato. So we do the gentle body warm-up bounces to check that the Z is sitting. 1, 2, 3, down, up. Aha. And while we're all going in the jaws theme, mama, 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 the z consonant, z, z, z. It is now warm enough here for me to take off my shoes. Z, z, no. Z, z, z. Do you feel that? Z? We're still at the beginning of the word SELBSTSUCHT. Z, z. I think you have the Z now. So now we go for the first half of the word is SELBST, SELBST, SELBST. As you notice, I am absolutely into triplets today. For singing and experiencing ZEBS, I suggest again a triplet-y feeling. We go slowly because maybe the muscles just aren't used to saying ZEBST, 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 ZEBST. And the word is written S-E-L-B, vibrata, S-T. But to properly sing it, obviously we use a dead P instead of B. ZEBST, ZEBST, ZEBST. And the second half of the word also starts with this famous Z, 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 Zucht, 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 Zucht. Zucht by itself is an addiction, so it's a good thing to know. We are not addicted. Zucht, Zucht, Zucht. Now, when we put the two syllables together, boy, German is a very dangerous language. It's the funniest thing. I have worked with many English speakers who, as soon as there are many consonants in a word, start adding more. So, instead of just singing SELBSTSUCHT, they end up saying SELBSTSUCHT. And Zucht is something completely different from Sucht. Zucht, direct translation is breeding. So we don't want to sing self-breeding, we want to sing selfishness. Selbstsucht, no repeated Selbstsucht, Selbstsucht, Selbstsucht. And that's why I keep on stressing about, please, no spat T's that fall out of your legato. Osserva. If you concentrate on where the little bubbles are flowing, we imagine again that all the little orange bubbles are consonants and the fluid in which they are fluffing around vowels. So, to keep it flowing in one direction, so to sing it without damaging the voice and to still be understandable, we have to go Selbst, Sucht, Selbst, Sucht. Now that you can repeat 200 times or until your tongue does it all by itself. So here I get back to my list of how do you use these exercises. It's really, for most people, it's quite a bit of a chore to decide now at what time am I going to do these exercises that will loosen my tongue, keep the voice stretched, because it is a voice muscle, the body muscle. Use it or lose it. You need to do some form of vocal and body exercises every day. And the other reason, I suggest you incorporate whatever exercises are good for you. I offer these for you to try on, is that you will keep the body and the voice ready for whatever the music is that you will be learning. Back to the list of multiple tasking, how to incorporate your favorite exercises into your everyday life so that eventually you don't think of them as exercises anymore. We have had the brushing of the teeth, the doing of the dishes, and unpacking the dishwasher. One of my favorite things, what time is good to do vocal exercises. Do you also know the situation when you have to call some kind of a huge firm like your insurance or the tax people, and you end up waiting in line with a silly voice going, there are only 403 customers before you, and then switching on music that will irritate the hair off your head. This is the time to please use it's bad energy. You get angry when you wait. So instead of going, oi, what have I done wrong in life that I have to wait so long on the telephone? Please use the time, for example, to go JETZT, and Selbstsucht. And of course from yesterday, ich liebe mich. And if waiting for the person to finally answer the call is making you aggressive, invest it into getting your arms used to handling weapons. You can also say to somebody, I love you, and then kill them. So if you find the intention and put it into your weapon of choice of the day, ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich. You will have made very good time of use of the time waiting for the call. And while doing your taxes, I don't know about you, I try every year to sort out everything properly before the deadline that has to be sent in. And about 2 days before it needs to be sent off, my taxes, I weighed in there, and I really think this is time. I'd rather kill myself than ever do this again, year after year. No. I like spreading my papers out on the floor. And then, I'm sure I've shown you all, while you are reading boring bits. Oh, let me sit a bit higher. I just noticed the funny camera angle. Don't try this at home. At home you will only sit on the floor. So you have picked up a boring piece of paper that you have to read through, but all of it. Instead of sitting there slumped, think of your favorite vowel of the day. Let's say you already like the ja. Let us make a whole family out of it. Because today I would like to make sure that everybody knows to enjoy the gliding consonant J. Ya, 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 ya. And there are many possibilities of making an exercise out of it. I actually, because I have so many in my head, wrote down a good one, I think, to start with, to get a family of consonants out of one vowel, is I, E, A, U. Now the last one is our German U with an umlaut in Dune, the dune, and it is not 3 vowels, Dune, only 1. Dune. You will also enjoy the U vowel when you sing French. Sur. So, the sensible exercise while you are doing your taxes, for example, first find if this chain of vowels is good for you. In my mouth, they feel like a circle. And back to the gliding J. Try to put a glide into the vowel with a J. And also to fix intonation, if you're working slowly, putting a little J in front of a note. Yeah, it's like in the position of an E somewhere. You'll taste it eventually. So this you can do endlessly in whatever position you like while doing your taxes. If it is a long letter that you are reading, sitting on the floor or at your desk, you can take your paper, take the big breath, and while you're reading boring stuff written in a language that no human being should be expected to understand, you go, remember this exercise, leaning back until you feel the diaphragm without squashing your neck. Make the body work for it, and as soon as your muscles moan too much, you scrunch and go, oi, life is bad, and you read the rest of the letter. I want to kill myself, this letter is impossible. Oi. So those are just a couple of small things how to get the body away. And the basic exercises, if you're not sure about them or you would like them more slowly, write in the comments and I will post them in the comments slowly. The whole thing, this I thought I wrote this down because, ladies and gentlemen, I do not take it for granted that I can have this privilege at the moment to be safe with a friend and to be healthy. So please, if you're watching this, give me a little comment. I am healthy, and the one thing that at the moment is keeping you amused or realistic. And seeing that we are living in these times, I thought today I should, like everybody on the planet, admit the other reason that I am okay and not worried about life. We have to go out to get some gas on Sunday. And when we paid for the gas, I mean, this whole hysteria about, I must buy toilet paper. Actually, my dear friend has stacks of toilet paper, but I buckled down and I bought these 2 rolls of toilet paper, which I intend taking home to Germany as a fond souvenir of the time I spent in Atlanta and the southern hospitality. But there, if you have the toilet paper, my nerves, at the moment there are so many amusing things you can do in life, but these are now in my studio as a reminder to me that I am very fortunate and I am appropriately grateful. But I think I've heard enough toilet paper jokes. Now I will go check if there are any comments and people who would like an answer or something cleared up. Still looking, it's loading again. There we go. I think I have to open it. Please, while I am looking for the comments, you may, at your discretion, repeat the little exercises that we've done today. JETZT, JETZT, JETZT. SELBSTSUCHT, SELBSTSUCHT, and stretching. JETZT, 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 SELBSTSUCHT, SELBSTSUCHT, aha. And my circle of vowel suggestion. Moment, you all have your water. That is a cough from cigarettes I am not used to. I do smoke like a chimney and I know how bad it is for me. Blush. Also, incorporating your exercises into your daily routine. I don't know where I picked it up, but when you apply moisturizer or whatever on your face that you need to really, it's very precious, even if you pay $2 for it, and you want to make sure that your skin absorbs every last gram of this precious cream so you can look young and pretty. You first warm up your hands and put the hands first over the area where the brain is hiding, then over where the eyes are hiding and the eyebrows are growing wild, then over the cheekbones, then where the double chin is happening, and then you encourage the smile. Pardon. As I said in the preview, what I have ready in my studio for dry voice situations, my favorite oil that I have mixed myself. It's a good time to speak to you about coughing is bad for the voice. I know some old-fashioned singing teachers who say, no coughing, never, and never clearing your throat. Swallow, swallow. So there is the oil of your choice. Ha, ha, ha. Is my voice even more beautiful now? Fabulous. So we were applying the facial cream and at the same time doing our chain of vowels. Thus, you put your warm hand over where the brain is hiding and you massage your vowels in there. If you're good, you should feel the vibrations. Yeah, yeah, you. Feel it? Move your hands down to the eyes, going yeah, yeah, you, and then over there, over the cheekbones. If you don't like the ya, you, my other favorite word in life for the voice is meow, trying to sound like an angry cat, meow, until you feel the vibrations, then going for the double chin area, meow. The M is also very good for fixing intonation, and then young and pretty meow. And the whole, I don't go to any sports studio, but I have these little habits that probably keep my body from rotting completely and turning into Chewbacca. The proper way to do this, to make sure the whole body is moving it, if you have that position and you have breeze, meow, you bend down and try to put some bits of your hair on your toes. And while you are down there trying to go down, you move the hands over the eyes and send that meow straight into your belly button. Once you have it over the cheekbones, meow, you feel it, and we lift the double chin, meow, and we are pretty. And once you have applied the cosmetic beautifully, obviously we have to work in the other direction. We stretch as far to the back as the body and the dress will allow. And in that position, trying to work in 360 degrees, you turn to the right, and maybe take a couple of yets, while massaging that beautiful section of your neck that always tends to mess up. And obviously whatever exercise you do in the other direction. So I just wanted to give you more input so I can go check if there is a message that I must respond to immediately. You are stretching, you are stretching, you are stretching. Comment. Hello Indra, hello Julia. Oh, I love, there they are. I am healthy, jawohl. And Indra, have a nice day of teaching. Now, we do everything that people suggest for us to stay healthy at the moment. We wash our hands like mad. May I be very motherly and remind you, please, ladies and gentlemen, make sure every time you have washed your hands to moisturize them. So, any more questions, please put them in the comments and I will answer it in an open commentary so everybody can read and bitch about it. I hope you all have a marvelous day. See you tomorrow at the same time.